Hi everyone! Welcome to the circle. Doors are open, come on in. Let's see. People piling into the room. It's really nice. I'm going to just take a breath so that those who are just logging on will hear the beginning of what we're doing tonight. It's a really important subject and it's something very useful. All of these things are very useful, aren't they? This one has to do with recycling and letting go. So welcome everyone to the World Tapping Circle. Our circle is definitely growing, and this broadcast is coming from Austin, Texas, and the next one I do will be coming from San Francisco, and then we'll start broadcasting from England. So I'm going over there for a few weeks too. So I'm getting up at 2:30 in the morning to broadcast in your time zone. It'll be fun. All right, so the theme to discuss that came up for me when I was in meditation about and bringing an offering to the group tonight was the energy of choosing when it's time to let go and knowing that as difficult as it can be to unclasp your bony little fingers from your image of what things are supposed to be like, or who you're supposed to be with, or what you're supposed to be doing, or where you're supposed to be living, or how it's supposed to go, that part of the creation process, as we're learning to cause and create by choosing our thoughts and our feelings and cleaning up our minds, part of the creation process is also knowing when to say, okay, this is complete. I am done with this pattern. I am done with this relationship, or I'm done with this way of living, and knowing when it's time to really surrender and gracefully let go. And there's a timing in it. You know, you'll feel it inside, and if you respond when that prompting is there, you'll save yourself a lot of time and trouble later. So if you just imagine you're holding onto a bouquet of flowers and they've already done their thing and they're wilting and they're starting to, you know, fall apart in your hands, and you could hold them because this was your wedding bouquet and it means so much, or you could say, okay, I'm now going to give this back to the earth. If you don't let go, first of all, you have nothing else you can grab with that hand because you're clutching this thing and it's taking up the space of you being able to receive. And secondly, they're going to just start to rot right there in your hand. It's going to get gross. And other people are going to start telling you about how gross it is that you haven't let go. So we're going to do it with some dignity and some style and some, you know, grace. Being able to say, yes, I'm choosing to let go. I'm not being forced. So I'd like to introduce our beautiful practitioners here on the circle tonight. You may see a new face, and some of you will be so excited because we have a man. And I'm going to start by introducing him first. This is Harry Werber, and he just trained with me 3 or 4 years ago and is doing a phenomenal job with his own private practice, and he'll be up on our list of recommended practitioners on the soniasofia.us website for those of you who are interested in getting private sessions. All of these people are really qualified and really capable. So he's here as his first time to join us, but he'll be a regular featured member. So, yay. So Harry, why don't you unmute yourself and say hello and tell us where you're logged in from, and give us a little highlight about a time that you've used EFT to help disengage and let go, or maybe you've helped someone else with that same issue.
Yeah, thanks, Sonia. It's good to be here. Hi, everyone. I'm Harry. I'm originally from the UK, as you can probably tell by my accent, but I'm coming to you tonight from Seattle, where I live now. EFT has been really transformational in my life, and one of the ways that it's done that is by helping me to access different levels of spirituality in myself, different levels of sensitivity. And the thing that comes to mind when Sonia's talking about letting go, that's been very present for me even recently, actually, in deepening into sensitivity of information that's coming in from the world around me, shall we say, seeing things in a different way. And there's a lot of fear that comes up around that for me. The idea of being different from other people, of not being accepted as being, completely a human being anymore if I develop all these new sensitivities and faculties. But EFT has been really crucial in helping me to soften into the feeling of acceptance there, the feeling of okayness again. So yeah, excited for this one. Great to be here.
Yay, perfect. Good. Divine alignment. Thank you, Harry. And let's go to Erin.
Hi, Sonia. So letting go is such a, oh, by the way, I'm calling in from Austin, Texas. Hello. I'm so excited we are working on letting go tonight. I feel like if there's one thing that we come back to again and again in our personal growth and evolution, it's just repeatedly letting go so that we can have that space open and evolve ourselves to the next level. And I think every story, success story of EFT with me is probably around letting go of some sort of belief. But the thing that comes to mind is that a little while back I was working with a client who had a particular belief around a work situation and didn't even see it as a possibility that they could have what they wanted or needed, and so they had given up. And thank goodness she scheduled a session with me the night before she communicated this, because we were able to let go of those old beliefs that were, of course, from her family of origin, that she couldn't have what she wanted. We were able to really turn that around, let go of that belief, and it allowed her to ask for what she really wanted. And the next day, I got an excited text message from her where not only did she end up taking the job, but they ended up giving her $5,000 raise and every single thing that she asked for, just because she was able to let go of that belief that she just couldn't have what she wanted. So I'm really excited to work on my own letting go tonight. Thank you so much for this topic.
You're welcome. Great. Let's say hi to you, Kirsten, and tell us where you're calling in from.
Hi everyone, I'm Kirsten and I'm calling in from Davis, California. What comes to mind as far as letting go is something that I let go of earlier this week. I had been holding on to a lot of anger around a particular situation for a really long time, and had certainly tapped on it before, but something shifted for me a few days ago where it was like I got so angry that I was about to explode, and instead of like exploding onto some other people, I decided to go for a run and had incredible tap because I was really just like in the emotion so much, so in touch with it as I was tapping. I really just felt that transform and just release. So much intense anger, and that actually allowed me to then approach the situation from a totally different way, have a compassionate, considerate conversation that then totally transformed the situation in a really beautiful way. So that was, yeah, just a wonderful release for me this week. So I'm grateful to see what new energy and new good things come in now that I've released that.
Yeah, exactly. Good job. Thank you. All right, Maya, let's hear from you.
Hi, everyone. I'm calling from San Francisco. My name is Maya. Happy to be here. Yay, Harry, welcome. Glad to see you and glad to see everybody. I'll make this quick. I'm working with people with chronic illness, and this week has been about cancer. So cancer is when you haven't let go of things for a very long time. So letting go in the context that Sonia's talking about is a lot about preventative. And one of the main things that we all need support in letting go of is our stress, because it really creates an energetic block, and we need to correct those energetic blocks in our system so that our bodies can function properly. So that's how I've used letting go this week, and helping other people to really just accept and acknowledge that fear and really move it through so that it's not blockading their progress.
That's true, Maya, and it's, I know, been a big part of your own healing journey. Letting go of the emotions really changes the physical body. It changes your genetic structure and the markers in your gene codes to say which markers should be, which gene sequences should be read and which ones shouldn't be read. You can literally flip on and off the read or don't read sign for cancer. And a lot of people heal themselves with tapping and all sorts of other alternative methods. And tapping is a great one that goes with every other kind of healing thing that you could do with yourself. This would be one of those root, straight, direct kind of processes. So sending a lot of love to everyone in the circle tonight. I spent some hours out in the default reality today and just was amazed at how much pain is being broadcast through the media and the radio and conversations, and I was just like, wow, this is a full-time promotional gig of pain. Wow. I'm so glad we're doing what we're doing, and I'm so glad you're here doing it, and I'd like to see 1,000 more people on this circle with us doing it and influencing their communities by being a bright, shining light and holding that strength and that love open. So help us bring our families and friends and communities into a place of self-empowerment. Okay, let's fill the circle up. All right, sweeties. I'd like to say hello to all of the people who are attending. And if you want to put in the chat box a quick hi and where you're logged in from, it makes us really excited to see this virtual room, because there aren't rooms on the planet yet that can hold people from all over the world without anyone having to go anywhere. And this still makes me very excited to see. So, again, it takes a few seconds for the chat to come in on our side back here. But hello to Mia and Anne and Kathy Mary and Celeste, Christina, Daddio, Damali, David, Eva, Gina, Jeff, Jessica, Kashmira, Marielle, Michelle, Nicole, Renee. Welcome. Super glad you're here. Coming in from British Columbia, New Mexico, San Francisco, so nice. Florida, wow, it's exciting, really, truly exciting and inspiring. I'm just taking one more second because I love to watch your text come in. Okay, good. We're going to go ahead and check the core causes survey now. So if you go over to the pop-in section on the toolbar on that sidebar, if you're using a device that supports the chat function, you can hit pop-ins. You can also just watch the screen share. This is going to take about 5 minutes. And an alternate version is to go to my website and download the worksheet or take it there, which is soniasophia.us under World Tapping Circle. So, Jennifer, can you do the screen share? And we'll see you in 5 minutes. Answer the questions the best you can, and I'll give you a heads up before the survey is finished, okay? See you in 5. So go ahead and click submit and finish up your survey. We'll just give you a few more seconds to do that. And Jennifer, would you go ahead and screen share the results? And let's refresh them one more time because I think it takes a few seconds sometimes to get the answers in. Because we put a lot more people in the room than it looks like took the survey. Okay. So here you can just see a chart that's the spread of what people are working on across the room tonight. Looks like various different areas with a focus on relationship, transition, and addiction. Fear is our #1 feeling as usual, with feeling stuck and exhausted and unsafe and worried. Please tap your chests as I read this. Just tap in a big circle, because if any of these are your feelings, even just reading them can help start to loosen the emotional attachment to that state of being. Okay? All right, so scrolling down quickly through the list of painful feelings. What's your negative self-talk about your issue? So again, most people are going to be answering, I don't have what it takes and I'm not good enough, and I see this every single week. So what does that tell you? It tells you that if we can work out the limiting beliefs around fear and I don't have what it takes and I'm not good enough, your whole life is going to change, because that is holding so much of this together for you. Okay, people feeling like they have to do it alone, and that's not a surprise. We've been grown up in a separatist society where we've been taught to do our schoolwork alone in a room full of all these other people looking for the same answer, right? But we can't help each other find the same answer. Crazy. Now we're learning to work together and to share our work and to help each other. What does your culture say about this? Okay, here's some things that people have been programmed with. Big breath as we look at that. And if your issue had a color, what would that be? And looks like red is our primary color showing up right now, which generally reflects anger and can reflect inflammation in the body. When did this issue start? People are saying it's been with me my whole life. Different ages. So they track it back to, who do you hold responsible or blame for your issue? People blaming themselves primarily. And let's go all the way down. Here we go. Who in your family modeled similar attitudes and feeling? So maybe you're not blaming mom, but maybe you're matching her. Children mimic what's in their environment, and if your mom was the person around you the most, you may have picked up voice patterns, emotional patterns, mental patterns, all kinds of habits, including just trying to sort of be like the people around you so that you can feel safe and bond with your tribe. So when it becomes a conscious choice to shift those things, sometimes people feel like they aren't going to fit in anymore, and then when you tap through that, people start to fit into what you're holding, which is really beautiful. Where do you feel this in your body? Okay, hopefully you're still tapping your chest with me and breathing. People say, in my head, mostly. If your issues had a texture, what would it be? Looks like sharp and jagged is the winner in this competition. What benefit do you think you're receiving by holding on to this issue? Most people are saying protection. Okay, the intensity of the pain is nothing below a 6. Most things are up to a 9. All right. Let's go back to our group image here. Thank you so much, Jennifer. And welcome to the people who've logged on late. I see that we've got another 10 people or so. that have joined us, so yay. Tonight the theme is letting go and releasing, letting go of something that doesn't work for you anymore, that you've outgrown, and it's time to make a shift, and you can't put back on that old worn out pattern anymore, okay? So massage the front of your chest, give yourself a big deep breath. Big sigh. Very good. Repeating after me, using the same words I'm using, unless they don't really fit your situation, then you modify them for you, okay? Even though part of me does not like letting go, I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap your eyebrows. Part of me doesn't like letting go. Big breath, and just give yourself some compassion as you tap your temples to the part of you that might be feeling stuck and often has to be coaxed to let go again and again and again. Big breath. Tap the cheeks. I deeply and completely forgive myself. And if that's too hard to say I'm open to deeply and completely forgiving myself for having a hard time letting go. Tap under the nose and breathe. And tap under the lips. It's hard for me to let go sometimes. Big breath, big sigh. Tap your chest. Even though it's hard to let go, I'm open to loving and respecting myself. Okay, tapping the front of the ribs. Hard to let go. And tap the side of the ribs, even though it's hard for me to let go. Think about what we're talking about in relationship to your issue. What is it about what you're holding on to right now that is difficult for you? Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm holding on to what? Is it a person? Is it fear? Is it an attitude? I'm holding on to, just blurt it out. First thought. And tap the side of your thumb. I'm holding on to, say it again. Tap the index finger. Why am I holding on to all of this, and say what it is? And tap your middle finger. I deeply and completely accept myself. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. Even if part of me holds on to this indefinitely, that means forever. Tap your little finger. Part of me is committed to holding on to this. Feel into that part. Maybe it's not a huge part. Maybe it's only a little part. But let's give it some loving attention for a second. Right? Since you can really only evolve to go as high as the lowest part of you allows. So let's hang out with some friendly love to that low part. This little part of me is afraid of letting go. Tap the top of the head. I'm afraid of letting go of my what? Tap the back of the head and the side of the head. I'm afraid of letting go of my what? Tap your eyebrows. It's okay. I love and respect myself, even though I'm clinging for dear life to, say what it is. Big huffy breath. Huffy breath. Tap your cheeks. It's okay. I accept the part of me that's terrified of letting go of this. Tap under the nose. I've been clinging to this Say what it is. Tap under the lips. Just trying to survive. Give yourself compassion. Because it's very likely that even if this strategy hasn't been working great, that you're actually doing it thinking you're doing yourself a favor, helping yourself to cope or survive. Big breath, tap your chest. I love and respect myself, even if I'm holding on in an effort to help myself survive. Tap the front of the ribs. I deeply and completely forgive myself for holding on to, say again what it is, for as long as I have been. And tap the inside of your wrist. I'm proud of myself for holding on to this. It got me through. It got me to here. Big breath. It worked for a while. Tap the index finger. I've learned a lot by holding on to this. Tap the middle finger. It's okay if I've outgrown it at this point. Big breath, big sigh. Good job. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. Big, heavy breath right there. It's okay. If I've outgrown this, tap your little finger. What are you talking about right now? Outgrown what? Is it an addiction? Is it a relationship? Is it a way of thinking about yourself? Tap the side of the hand. Part of me is so afraid to let go and move forward. Tap the top of the head. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of the head and the back of the head, even if I'm afraid to let go and move forward. And tap the eyebrows. I deeply and completely forgive myself. Tap your temples and breathe. And tap the front of your cheeks. I love and respect myself. Tap under the nose, even if a part of me is afraid to let go. Tap under the lips and to let myself grow. That's what we're really talking about, right? When you let go, you know it's going to bring growth. It's going to take you right into the new next level. Why does that scare us? It's what we want, isn't it? Don't we love evolving and growing, and it makes life exciting? We get really bored and depressed when there's nothing changing and when we're not evolving. We really do. Tap the front of the ribs. Part of me is afraid to let go and grow. Give yourself some sweet compassion. And tap the side of the ribs. I love and respect myself. Okay, so I'm going to answer something in the chat without having, because it's a private message saying who it's from, but someone's saying, how do I let go of shame and fear around money? And it's simple. It's like basically identifying with that feeling of being poor. Like, this is me. This is how I've always been. You're going to have to think of yourself as capable and successful in advance of capacity and success actually manifesting, which is tricky, especially if you have a lot of shame about being poor. So what you're letting go of first is that feeling of shame. Okay, middle finger. Even though part of me feels almost addicted to this state of being, say what that state of being is for you. Is it playing small, or being the person that pulls others along, or is it being poor? Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm so familiar with this feeling. And tap your little finger. I'm so familiar with this feeling. Big, deep breath. Tap the side of your hand. I love and forgive myself, even though I'm so familiar. Tap the top of your head with this old feeling of what? Tap the back of the head and the side of the head. I accept that a part of me is used to feeling this way or being this way. Say what it is that applies to you here. Can you describe what that feeling is and what the doing is? So if it's being used to feeling poor and doing, meaning I can't do what I want to do, and this is how it always is, it's my expectation, right? Tap into the nose and breathe. Tap into the lips. This old feeling of what? What's the negative feeling associated with this issue? Tap your chest and breathe. I'm open to accepting that a part of me feels really what? Can you say that 4 or 5 times? Tap the front of the ribs. A part of me feels really, say it again. Tap the side of the ribs. A part of me feels really, say it again. Inside of the wrist, a part of me feels very, say it again. And tap the side of your thumb. Even though I'm so frustrated with always feeling what? Tap your index finger. I love and accept myself. Say it out loud as you can. I love and accept myself. Even though I'm frustrated with this feeling of what? Tap your middle finger. And part of me feels really stuck right here. Tap the bottom of your 4th finger. I'm allowing myself to acknowledge this part of me that feels really what? Big breath. Give yourself some compassion. Some love and attention right there where you've been denying yourself love and attention. Sometimes we feel ashamed about these feelings and they're inconvenient, so we ignore them as long as we possibly can. Tap the side of your head and breathe with me. This feeling, say it again. What's your feeling? Top of the head. This old feeling of what? Up the eyebrows. I'm open to healing wherever this started. Tap your temples and breathe. Tap your cheeks. I'm open to healing wherever this started. Big breath. Tap into the nose. Big, deep sigh. I'm open to healing wherever this started. Ask yourself, when did this start? Where did this really start? Tap your chest, listening for an answer and breathing, just accepting whatever pops up. Very good. Tap the front of your ribs. I'm open to loving and forgiving myself. Tap the side of the ribs. Even if I've been carrying around this old belief and these old feelings of what? Tap the inside of the wrist. And I've been doing this for how long? How many years? Dang. Big breath. Tap the side of the thumb. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap your index finger, even if part of me is really attached to this way of being. Oh, yes, here it is. This attachment to this way of being. Say what you're doing again. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger and breathe. Give yourself some compassion. Good job. Tap your little finger. Even though it's so familiar, because I've been doing this since I was how old? Tap the side of your hand. It's okay. I totally love and forgive myself right now. Big breath and do it. Tap the top of your head. It's safe for me to relax and let go. It's possible that it's even a blessing. Tap your eyebrows. I'm allowing myself to forgive myself for whatever I've done to cause or contribute to this pain. Tap the cheeks and breathe. Tap into the nose. I love and accept myself. Tap into the lips, and I'm allowing myself to do what I need to do. Tap your chest. Who contributed to this issue? It's probably not you just by yourself. Maybe there's someone else involved. Let's toy with the possibility of giving them some love and forgiveness and some acceptance for their part of it, even if you're feeling pretty angry with them or really sad or disappointed or afraid. Okay, say, I'm feeling really what towards whoever it is. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm feeling really what? And maybe it's just towards yourself. Feeling what towards who? Tap the side of the ribs. I'm open to loving and accepting myself and them. Big breath. And tap the inside of the wrist. I'm open to loving and accepting myself and them. Tap the side of the thumb. Exactly as they were. There it is. Just put some acceptance and forgiveness into the past, because right now you can't really change what already happened, can you? All you can do is change how it shows up for you inside of you. We're changing the snapshot of what that feels like when you remember it. Okay? It doesn't justify anyone's behavior. It doesn't suddenly make it okay. All it does is it makes you stop hurting and get your life force back so that you can do something more creative and more productive. Tap your middle finger. I'm allowing myself the possibility of forgiving everyone involved in this situation. Big breath. Who's involved? Send a wave of compassion for the people who were so hurt that they hurt you, and the people who hurt those people that hurt you. Big breath. Tap your little finger. I'm open to forgiving all of us for being in this situation. Think about the situation you're talking about. Tap the side of your hand. I'm releasing this and letting this go. Tap the top of the head. I'm releasing this and letting this go. The side of the head and the back of the head. I love and accept myself. Tap the eyebrows. It's safe to release and let go now. Tap the temples. Even if part of me feels upset about the idea of letting go, tap the cheeks. I'm letting myself grow. Tap into the nose and breathe. I'm letting myself move forward. Tap the chest. And I'm letting others figure out their own way forward too. Tap the front of the ribs. I love and accept myself. And tap the side of the ribs. It's safe for me to get down underneath this and forgive myself and everyone who contributed. Think about it again. Who are we talking about? Is it an entire society? Big breath, make some sound. Tap the inside of the wrist. So now I'm going to ask you to tune in to see how intense your issue is, and then put that number in the chat box. So if it was a 9 or a 10 at the beginning, you're going to write 9 dash, and now it's maybe a 7, maybe it's still a 9, maybe it went all the way up to 10. But I'm interested to know how you're doing. If you are not chatting, you're tapping on your chest in a circle and breathing and sighing and just accepting whatever intensity is still there about your whole issue. So Kirsten's gone from a 6 to a 7. Jennifer's gone from an 8 to a 7. Erin, 7, 10, 7. Releasing resentment and grief. Good. Just accepting whatever you're feeling. Don't try to change it. The quickest way through is through. Okay, and that means that if you can accept what's really going on, you're going to be freed of it faster. So don't try to push on it. Don't judge it. Hannah says 7 to a 5. Anne says 8 to 3. Great. Harry, 6 to 4. Kashmira, a 10 to a 9. Marielle, 10 to 10. Okay, we're still hanging. That's good. Just accept it. Damali's 50% off, 10 to 5. Good. Gina, 10 to 6, and lots of hiccuping. Big deep breath. Okay. Daddy-O 9 to a 6, Jeff 7 to a 5, Michelle 8, 8. Having trouble focusing on the tap. I feel hopeless. Like I almost want to stop, but won't. I'm checking out a little. Okay, Michelle, I want you just to accept the checking out feeling and the hopeless feeling, no matter what else I'm leading. Just accept that for the next round of tapping points or so. Okay? And good job for hanging there. Renee says 9, 9, have so much shame. Okay, here we go. Aww. Accepting the feeling, Renee, and where it came from. Mia, 8 to a 7. Anne says, so many burps. Go, Anne. I'm a burper, too. Here we go. Massaging the front of the chest. Even though I have so much what around my issue. Tap the eyebrows. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Big breath. Tap the temples. So much what. Tap the cheeks. It's okay. I accept the strong feeling of, say it again. Tap under the nose. This feeling of, say it again. Tap under the lips. I picked this up when I was how old? Tap your chest. And what was happening? Big deep breath. Say it again. I picked this up when I was how old? During what? Big breath. If you're having lots of strong emotions, I want you to breathe really deep. Open your mouth. Make a big noisy exhalation. That really helps move the energy. Tap the front of the ribs. I picked this up when I was how old? And what was happening? Tap the side of the ribs and breathe. Inside of the wrist. I'm open to releasing what happened back then. Can Can you describe for a moment what was going on? Tapping the inside of your wrist and breathing. Tap the side of the thumb. What were you experiencing? Big breath, sending love and compassion back to that previous version of you. They got really hurt, really scared, got really sad, felt really what? Tap your index finger. I felt really what back then? Tap your middle finger. And that's when I decided what? What did you start believing as a result of what happened? Tap the bottom of your fourth finger and breathe. Big, deep breath. Good. My heater just came on above me, so that means I'm going to turn the circle over to Maya for a second while I switch off my heater. Maya, would you turn on your mic and lead the circle for just a moment or two, please? Thank you, guys.
Ah.
We're talking about what was happening.
So even though Sonia stopped speaking and I have this emotion that's up for me, I love and accept myself. So just tuning in to whatever you were working on. This deep feeling. I'm open to the possibility that I can accept what's ever up for me. So tuning in. I love and accept myself.
Thank you, Maya.
Yes.
Good. Tapping under the lips. Sorry, Maya, I muted you at the same time and unmuted you there accidentally. Tap your chest. Even though a part of me got stuck back then, and it left me feeling what? And it left me with this deep belief that what? Tap the front of the ribs. It's okay. It's okay for me to feel what happened where I got stuck. Tap the side of the ribs and to finally process this. Tap the inside of the wrist. I love and respect myself, even if part of me stays stuck. Tap the side of the thumb. I started believing what? What did you believe back then because of what was going on? Tap your index finger. And a part of me is just now noticing I've been operating under this belief. Tap the middle finger. I'm so happy I noticed this. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. This is giving me power because I'm changing the belief now. Tap the little finger. It's okay that I believed it all the way up until today. Tap the side of the hand. And I've been reacting to life from this point of view. Oh my gosh, big breath. Tap the top of the head. I love and forgive myself. Tap the back of the head. I'm allowing myself to let this go. Tap the eyebrows. And all the feelings that that belief brought up inside me, like what? Tap the temples. What feelings did that belief generate if you were believing that you weren't good enough or you don't have what it takes? What does that bring up for you? Helplessness, hopelessness, a lot of fear. Tap into the nose and breathe. Tap into the lips. I'm allowing myself a new possibility. Tap the chest. My old thought is what? What is the old belief? Tap the front of the ribs. It's okay if I still believe this. Tune into the part of you that still believes this. And tap the side of your ribs. I accept a part of me that still believes this. And tap the inside of your wrist. Another part of me is ready to let it go. I need my energy back. Tap the side of the thumb. This old belief has taken me as far as it can. Big, deep breath, big sigh. Tap your index finger. I love and respect myself. And tap your middle finger. Even if I continue to believe this for a little while longer. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger. What would happen if I let this old belief go and the feelings that the belief makes? And tap your little finger. What would happen if I let this go and changed it to what? What would you prefer to believe? What would the opposite of this belief be? Tap the side of the hand. And what would the opposite of those feelings be? So if it makes you feel afraid, the opposite of fear would be feeling secure, or feeling safe, protected, supported. Tap the top of the head. I'm allowing myself a new possibility. Tap the back of the head and the sides of the head and a new belief. Tap the eyebrows. Big deep breath, big sigh. I love and forgive myself. Tap the cheeks, even if a part of me still resists acknowledging these feelings of what? And tap under the lips. I'm open to some new feelings. Say what the new feelings would be. Tap your chest. And I'm open to clearing this remaining feeling of what? What's this big old thing under there that's holding this all together for you? I guarantee you it's some version of fear. Most of the time, right? If you're not sure, say, I don't know, maybe it's fear. Tap the front of the ribs and breathe. I love and respect myself. Even if part of me feels afraid of what? What is it that you're afraid of is going to happen if you let go of this past, which is all it is. It's already happened. It's just old data stored in your brain. And it's coming out as an emotion because it's a belief. It's a program that tells you how the world is. Tap the inside of the wrist. If I let go of this belief and the feelings of what? What terrible thing might happen? Tap the side of the thumb and breathe. Tap the index finger. And what good thing might happen? Tap your middle finger and breathe. I love and respect myself. Even though I'm afraid of this good thing happening, and I'm imagining this bad thing happening, say the bad thing. Tap the little finger. I accept the part of me that wants to hold on to this old identity. Tap the side of the hand and breathe. This old identity. So how does it threaten your identity to let this go? What were you getting out of holding on? Was it making you humble? Was it making you likable? Was it giving you attention? Or was it giving you connection, friendship? Was it giving you money? What was it giving you to hold on to this old belief and the feelings? Tap the top of your head. I love and forgive myself. I accept the part of me that wants to hold on to these old benefits. Tap the back of your head. The old benefits of what? Say it again. Tap your eyebrow. It's okay. Tap your temple. Even though a part of me has been clinging for all this time to the idea that this is a positive thing to hold on to, because it gives me what? It's okay. Tap under the lips. I accept this part of me that really wants to feel what? Maybe wants to feel loved, or wants to feel smart. What is it that holding on is supposed to be giving you? Acceptance. Tap the front of your ribs. I love and respect myself. Even if a part of me holds on, tap the side of the ribs, another part of me is ready to let go now. Big, deep breath. And tap the inside of your wrist. Another part of me is ready to let go. Tune into that part of you. See if it feels a little easier. Tap the side of the thumb. Let's have another quick check-in. Tell me where you are, or where you were at the beginning before we started tapping, and where you are now. And if you're not chatting, you're tapping your chest and accepting exactly where you are. And whatever's up for you, you're asking yourself, what's still here? Great, so Kirsten's starting to get some movement. Harry's gone from a 6 to a 3. Erin, 710, 7-5. Great. Jennifer's inching her way down, seeing new layers I didn't know were there. Yes. Thank goodness we have lots of circle time, right? And you do remember that you have a video library that has all the circles we've ever done, and there's over 70 hours of tapping time, and it grows every week. Hannah, a 7 to a 4. Anne's gone from an 8 to a 3. Great. Diana, an 8 to a 3, or a 9 to a 3. Great, you guys are moving it. Marielle, going down, inching along. That's fine. Hang out, darling. You might need to do it a little bit longer. You're going to go at your own pace. You can't rush or force yourself to process. So just hang out with love. Everything dissolves with love. Okay, it looks like Ginger Christina's having a little tapping party at her house. That's great. Yay, and hi to you. Lori Jean. Michelle, 8 to a 7. This is a slow-moving tap tonight, but it feels good to just accept what is. You're welcome. Okay, Maya's clearing physical pain, down to a 4. And Kashmira, down to a 7 from a 10. Maya's saying, my mind is fuzzy, not able to get the story with questions, but I am feeling yawning and tapping. Great, that's working. If your body's responding, that means it's working. And sometimes we don't have the memory, but just referencing where that memory could be stored actually is helping you defrost what's underneath it. Okay, Jeff's is down to a 2. I think super woozy. Mia down 8 to a 6, and Gina a 10 to a 3. This is a lot to move. It is. You guys are doing really well. Let's start again. Let's massage the front of the chest. even though my issue still feels like a wet number. And just relax for a minute and just accept that it's that intense for you right now. Breathe. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the eyebrows. The part that still is holding this together is what? Tap the temples. Say it again. This is what's holding it together. My what? Is it anger? Is it sadness? Tap your cheeks and breathe. Tap under the nose. I love and accept myself. Tap under the lips, even though this is still holding it together. Say again what it is. Tap your chest. It's safe for me to clear this. Tap the front of the ribs. Let's have a little argument with ourselves for a second. It is not safe to clear this. Tap the side of the ribs. It is not safe to let this go, and you can't make me. Ugh. Tap the inside of your wrist. It's okay if I don't feel safe, and I'm not going to be pushed into this. Big breath. Tap the side of the thumb. It's okay that it's right where it is. Tune into right where it is again. Just accept it. This might be as far as you get for today on this. Big breath. Tap your middle finger. I'm allowing myself to consider the possibility of letting this go. It's just a possibility I'm considering. Tap your little finger and breathe. Big, deep breath. I'm toying with the possibility of what? Tap the top of the head. I don't have to do it. Tap the side of the head and the back of the head. And I'm open to the possibility of considering it right now. Tap the eyebrows. Because deeply, I want to be experiencing what? What would you get to be experiencing, do you think, if you were able to get to the bottom of this and shift it and feel peaceful here? Tap the cheeks. Secretly, I'm deeply committed to what? Tell me the good thing. Tap under the nose and breathe. And tap under the lips. I'm open to loving and accepting myself. Tap the chest. And I'm allowing myself to move forward by letting go. Tap the front of the ribs so that I can feel what? Tap the side of the ribs. Now, if this is really still stuck for you, I want you to say, no, I'm not open, and no, I'm not doing it, and say that 10 times really fast. I'm going to give you a few seconds to do that, and breathe. Tap the inside of the wrist. Well, you can see my wrist up here. I can lift it. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of your thumb, even if part of me is kicking and screaming and saying it's impossible. Tap your index finger. It's impossible. Middle finger. No way. Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I love and respect myself. Tap the little finger. Now, sometimes people hold on because they feel like they committed to finishing something, or they committed to a promise, or they committed to, I'm not even going to let this go until I get an apology, something like that. What is my commitment that I'm trying to fulfill here? Ask yourself. Tap the top of the head. I love and accept myself. I'm allowing myself the possibility of having what I need. Tap the eyebrows. Of letting myself feel prosperous. Tap the temples, letting myself get exactly what I need. Tap the cheeks, including this new space of strength. Tap under the lips. This new space of power. Tap your chest. This new space of peace. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm creating a new space of health and flow. Tap the side of the ribs. Comfort and excitement. Big breath. Woo! Very good. It's like I said to all of our practitioners, 1, 2, 3, yawn. I think you all yawned, almost all of you at the same time. Good job. This is how you do it, people. This is why they're here. They're showing you. This is the face of it. Good. You're brave. I'm allowing myself a new possibility. Say what it is again. Tap the side of the thumb. Even if part of me is still so scared and so angry and so what? Say those 3 feelings again. Maybe it's just one feeling and you're saying it 3 times. Tap your middle finger. Part of me still feels really what? Tap the bottom of the 4th finger. Part of me still feels really what? Say it again. Tap the little finger. Part of me feels really what? Tap the side of the hand. It's okay. I accept the part of me that still feels stuck with feelings of what? Tap the top of the head. Because I've been really committed to what? Trying to get what? From holding on to this. Is it trying to get love? I love and respect myself. And tap the temple, even if part of me feels this way. And tap the cheeks. It's okay if not all of me wants to move forward yet. Tap under the nose. I'm allowing it to happen over time. Tap under the lips so that it's the right action for everyone involved. Tap the chest. I'm creating this right action for everyone involved. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to acknowledge what's still holding this together, what's holding me back. Ask yourself, what's holding my issue together? What's holding me back? And tap the side of the ribs. Big breath. Say it again. Tap the inside of the wrist. Give it some more love. Don't try to change what's holding you back. Don't argue with it. Don't judge it. Just go, okay, that's what it is. And breathe. Tap the side of the thumb. I love and approve of myself, even if this is still holding my issue back. Tap your index finger. I'm allowing myself the possibility of giving myself what I've been trying to get by holding on to this. So that was a long sentence. Just tap for a second and let me explain what I'm saying. Remember how we were just talking about you holding on to something because you're really committed to something else? What if you imagined that commitment's going to get fulfilled somehow, even if you shift what you thought you had to do? Tap your middle finger. Is it possible that somehow this need for what will be met? Even if I let go of the old strategy. Tap your little finger. It's possible that this need for what? Say it again. Can be met. Tap the side of your hand and breathe. Big, deep breath. I'm allowing this to come out of my body. I'm allowing myself to get this deep need met. This need for what? Tap the cheeks. Even if the way to get there looks different than what I thought. Okay? And this is where that kind of let go and let God thing comes. It's like when you decide I'm going to trust the universe is actually maybe a little smarter than me as a cell in the body of the one. Maybe the cell doesn't have the full picture that the whole big body does, and that we can relax, stay committed to love, stay committed to showing up for ourselves, and let the universe sort out all the other details around us. Tap the front of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to trust the process, even if I've been trying to control the process. Ooh. Big breath. Tap the inside of the wrist. It's okay. I love and respect myself. Tap the side of the thumb. I'm allowing the universe to handle the details of how everyone gets what they need. Tap your index finger. I'm making a higher choice for myself. Tap the middle finger, releasing the old fear of what? Tap the bottom of the fourth finger. I'm releasing the old fear of what? Say it again just because it's really fun to release the old fear of what, isn't it? Let's do it. Tap your finger. Breathe. The old fear of what? Tap the side of your hand. I'm getting my energy back. Tap the top of the head. And I'm releasing this from myself and from the human condition. Did you know you had that kind of power? I'm doing this for myself and for the human condition. Tap your temples and breathe. And tap your cheeks. I love and forgive myself. Tap under the nose. It's safe for me to do this. Tap under the lips. Safe for me to do this. Tap your chest. I'm giving myself permission to what? Say what it is that you're giving yourself permission to do. Good. Let's have another little check-in. Go ahead and put in the window what your issue was at the beginning, where it is now, and any little piece that you think is still holding this together for you. Again, if you're not chatting right now, you're answering those questions for yourself. Maybe you're writing them down or you're doing it in your mind. And you're just accepting whatever comes up when you ask yourself, what's still holding this together and how intense is this for me now? Great. Harry's down 2 or 3. Big deep breath. Everybody relaxing towards what they're feeling. Jennifer says an 8 to a 3.5, fear of other people's darkness angled at me. You have my empathy, darling. Tap the inside of the wrist. Diana, down to a 2. Beautiful. Marielle's gone down from a 10 to an 8. Good. progress. Getting a little more breathable in there, huh? Okay. Noni says a 10 to a 2. Daddy-O says yawning, yawning, yawning. Excuse me. No, you don't need an excuse, honey. It's just your body off-gassing. It's doing it just right. He's gone from a 9 to a 3. Jeff's down to a 1. Just a touch of uncertainty. Fabulous. Michelle, wow, it's dropping. Good. From an 8 to a 6. Fear is still holding it together. Keep accepting the fear. Kashmira, you're moving too. A 10 to a 6. Great. Deep belief that there's something wrong with me. Renee's dropped down to a 7. Opposite feeling would be having no restrictions on what I eat, but I'll see if that happens as a gross version of me. Keep working it, darling. You're going to get to a point where nothing has to restrict. You just naturally attract to what feels good. The restriction is actually making your body hold on because it's feeling like it's being threatened. Kirsten, down to a 5. In the past, I was forced to let go, and it wasn't my choice. Awesome. So you're going to do a lot of no, you can't make me's, okay? Damali, a 10 to a 3. Fear is holding it together, but feeling some relief. I'd say feeling a lot of relief there. Celeste, a 10 to a 5. Good. Tired, freezing, and left alone after a traumatic event. Yep. And she said she's doing some surrogate tapping for someone, which is kind of an advanced way to use the circle. 10 to a 1, lots of burping. Gina, good. Ginger Christina, there's still a need to punish myself because I'm addicted to that old pain vibration. A 6 to a 3. Lori Jean says 6 to a 3. You guys are doing great. Mia 8 to a 3. Everyone's doing so well. Okay, massage your chest. We're almost done. Even though there's still some more to move on this. Tune into whatever's left for you. Breathe. And I'm aware that it's wet. Yay. I'm just going to read this text because it's so exciting. Jessica says, feeling this in my joints, feeling more mobile, 8 to a 1. Her body's literally changing. And this is not unusual. Okay, tap your temples. I allow my body to reflect these new changes. Tap the cheeks. Even if there's still more, tune into what's left. Tap into the nose. I'm still getting the benefits of what I've just done. Tap under the lips. It's okay if this takes some time. Tap the chest. I'm creating the best possible outcome for myself and for everyone involved. Big deep breath, big sigh. Tap the front of the ribs. I love and accept myself. I'm allowing myself to feel connected. Tap the side of the ribs. I'm allowing myself to feel loved and supported as I continue to unravel this. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm allowing myself to grow. Tap the side of the thumb. I'm allowing myself to forgive myself. Tap your index finger and breathe. Good. Tap your middle finger. I love and respect myself. Tap the bottom of your fourth finger, and I'm letting this be easy. Tap your little finger. It's safe for this to be easy now. Tap the side of the hand. This is my choice. I'm choosing to make it easy for me and for everyone involved. Tap the top of the head. I'm doing my part. I'm showing up. Tap the back of the head, the side of the head. Tap the eyebrow. I love and accept myself. And I'm allowing this to be a gentle process. So remember, we talked about this at the beginning. This isn't things getting ripped out of your hands. This is you deciding to slowly uncurl your fingers and dump it out and say, I'm done. You make your own pace. Tap under your lips. I'm allowing myself to gently move forward. at my own pace. Tap your chest. Big, deep breath. And I accept any remaining feelings of what? What's here to accept and put a big, warm, loving hug on? Tap the side of the roof. These remaining feelings in my body. Big breath. These remaining parts of this issue, tune into what they are. And just relax. Don't try to resolve it all in this very moment. Just relax towards what's left. You'll get there. Easy does it. Tap the inside of the wrist. I'm allowing myself to flow at the optimal rate here. A rate that I can integrate and accept. Tap the side of the thumb. I'm integrating and accepting the good work I've just done. Big breath. I'm integrating and accepting all this good tapping I've just done. Tap your middle finger. I'm allowing this next bit to be fun and easy, and I'll do the next bit when I'm ready. There we go. I'll do the next bit when I'm ready. One more, just for fun, and then we're going to say loving things to ourselves. I'm going to do the next bit when I'm ready. Tap the side of the hand, tap all over the body. Tell yourself some loving, encouraging things. What do you need someone to tell you right now? How about, I really love you and trust you and I believe in you. And I'm really grateful that you're in this world doing what you're doing. Thank you for being strong. Thank you for being gentle. Good job. So just take a few breaths. Notice all this new space that you've just created. This new empty space. And what's so great about this house cleaning that we just did is this empty space is a place for you to receive. That's the secret benefit of letting go. You have a place to receive into, to be connected with, to be given to. So now put in the chat window how you're feeling and maybe what your experience of tapping with us in this session has been for you. We love your comments, and it makes us really happy to know how you're doing. And it helps us to bond with you and look for your name again next time. So thank you so much for taking the time to show up for yourself or hitting the RSVP button. Yes, I'm showing up to Circle. Keep doing it. The more you tap, the freer you get, the more fun you're going to have, the more alive and connected you are to your own spirit, the more powerful you become, and the more loving and patient you become with other people and yourself. This is a maturation process, and we're going back to touch those places that didn't come along for the first ride into maturation. We're going back to get those parts of our own soul and our own story and bring them with us. So I'll just read a few of these, and we'll just take one extra minute tonight. Kirsten says, lots of insights into the source of my issue, more work to do, but I'm grateful to have a deeper understanding of myself. Jennifer, feeling more expansive and greater levels of permission to brightly shine who I am. That's exciting. Hearing crazy deep burps of resentment. Gross! I feel so much better and was surprised at how much came up. I feel happy with the progress today and I'm looking forward to integration and moving with more velocity. Good. Michelle says, more tapping to do, but glad I stuck through it, opening to let go of shame and anger. Good night. Good night, dear. Diana, so peaceful. Thank you for all you put into this. I love you ever so much. Such sweet self-forgiveness, huge openness in the body, pockets of pent-up energy becoming accessible to me again. Awesome. Maya says, feeling way better. Damali, so many new insights, feeling more relaxed, feeling more possibilities. Yay. Oh, Carolyn, I like your comment. I won't read it because you wrote it private, but it's beautiful. All right, sweethearts. Celeste, you're down to from a 9 to a 2. Thank you for letting me practice healing myself and someone else. Wow, girl, you're doing some advanced moves. Really proud of you. Kashmira, I feel more gentle about myself and hope that I can let go of this addiction completely. Love, love, love. Thank you, everyone. You will. Keep working on what's underneath the addiction, and the addiction will fall away because it's just a Band-Aid. Okay? Gina, I feel a little off balance, but feeling myself coming back into balance as I know I deserve this 100%. Christina, feeling much safer and actually beginning to believe these new beliefs. Yay! Lori Jean, feeling supported with new loving possibilities. Love you completely, Mama Sonia. Thank you. Jeff, super clear and a little spent. Yeah, you just ran a marathon. I feel like I just wrestled a bear with my mind and won. Love you guys. Bless. Yay. And Carolyn says, I think of the trees and how simply they let go. Mary Sarton. Nice. All right, sweet angels. Well, I'll be broadcasting with you from San Francisco. I'm getting on a plane in the morning. And for those of you who are in the Bay Area or suddenly want to go to the Bay Area by tomorrow night, I would love to talk with you in person. That information's on my website at soniasophia.us. It says Valentine's Day event on my website. And it's a spirit, love, and sexuality. And we're going to be working on tapping those three energies so that they can merge more beautifully together. And also, as soon as we get our circle here filled up enough, we will start another program where I can do more of those kind of specialty events online as well. So you have something to look forward to there. All right, angels, thank you for hanging out. I love you. Let's have all of our practitioners turn back on their mics and give us a cheery good night and see you later.
Good night. I love you.
Everyone. Week.
Bye, everyone.
See you guys. Really nice to be here. Thank you.
Thank you and bless you. We'll see you next time.
Blessings.
Blessings.
Bye.
Good work tonight.